All right, everybody, welcome to Simon versus the podcast. Our today's topics are going to be Kind, Rewind, and The Wrong Trousers. I have with me, as usual, Ethan, Cohen.
I'm Ethan. I'm Ethan. Welcome to the No Data Podcast.
And I have Saad as well.
Hello.
All right, let's get into it. Be Kind, Rewind, directed by Michel Gondry, written by Michel Gondry, starring Jack Black, Mos Def, and Danny Glover. So yeah, Saad, you go first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna talk about Be Kind, Rewind. So, you picked this one out?
Yeah, and everyone hated it.
I didn't hate it. I really liked it.
Good for you. I wish I were you.
Oh, you didn't like
You
this
just
one.
hate everything.
No, I do not
Unless
hate
you pick the
everything. That's
movie,
not
you
true.
hate it.
Okay, that's not true. Saad picked out 2025, which is not promising at all. And
So,
I
you
liked.
could have liked it.
No, why would I like a movie like that? No,
I don't know,
that
'cause
mentally
you like
broke us.
garbage.
Okay, so
Well, I love Creep Show. There we go.
podcast always comes back to 2025 somehow. But anyway,
Yes,
Be Kind,
it always comes
Rewind.
back to Jesus.
Basic plot description of Mos Def is working in a video store with run by Danny Glover, who shit.
Here we go. Already.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the plot. Mos Def works
Yeah.
in a video store for Danny Glover, who it's not his dad, but basically probably raised him
figure.
or whatever. Yeah.
Because
Jack
Danny
Black,
Glover's a
he
old,
works-
nice black man.
Yeah, he works in like a junkyard across the way, and the main plot of the movie is Jack Black gets magnetized because he thinks that the power station that they live by is messing with their minds, so he goes to try and sabotage it, and he gets himself magnetized. He goes into the video store, he erases all the tapes. That's the plot. So now they're scrambling to try and remake the movies on this little video camera that they have, and so they can still rent them out to people.
Or Sweden, as they call it.
Yeah, which is a good it's a good term.
Yeah, it's become its own term, really.
Yeah.
Because even like after I watched the movie, I found a bunch of Swedish films on YouTube, like a Back to the Future trilogy one and all that.
Nice.
It's sort of
What
become
is-
its own like subgenre.
Which is
With this
awesome.
in the ending, so like you could watch the actual Sweden movies they did on the BeKindRewind.com website, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Here
so
we
our
go.
plot. Well, yeah, it kicks off. We get the video or the movie that they're making at the end of the movie, at the
Mhm.
beginning of Fats Waller. So Fats Waller, he dies on the train. Jack Black goes crazy, and then we skip to the beginning of the movie where we have they're making a mural kind of thing, like street graffiti, for the video store, saying you should get videos from Be Kind Rewind. And a bunch of kids come by. They say, "Oh, is that a Bigger Smalls?"
Oh, damn it.
Okay, it's going horribly now. Y'all should take a note. Somebody, we're very incompetent right
Either
now.
it's dead or air, or we all just start fucking talking over each other. It's the only two modes.
I'm sorry, I'm half asleep right now.
Yeah, I'm not editing this
God,
one.
this is gonna be a fucking night.
Yeah, throw up the technical difficulties right now.
Oh my god.
Anyways, they're in the video store. They're talking about Fats Waller. Danny Glover saying he was born in the building and everything. Yeah, the beginning is a little slow. I will admit that. There's not really a ton to the beginning of the movie, but it's really humble and down to earth in the way
I
it
wouldn't
plays
really-
itself out.
It's sort of like down to earth in its own like unique logic in a way.
Yeah.
Because when obviously like Jack Black going into the power plant and getting like electrocuted and becoming a magnet.
Yeah.
Like
When he gets
it's-
magnetized, it's a little less down to earth. But
I know it's all like
But-
establishes.
Very
Like,
much
sort of, like,
believable.
well, I don't think it's all like believable in its like own way. I would say like own unique way.
That'd be Eternal Sunshine,
And
you
even,
think of
like-
it, buddy.
Because if realistically, if you were renting from a video store and you saw the tapes and saw like this crappy 20-minute remake, you would want your money back and riot.
Yeah, well, I just really like the setting of the movie. Like most of the movie takes place either in the junkyard or in the video store, and it's a really close knit setting.
Yeah, it's like a small
It's
community.
yeah,
It has that
also
real
like
sense of
super nostalgic, like reminding me of like when I would go to Blockbuster or any of the other video stores, or when I was even younger, there was a small video store in the town where my grandma would live, and I would go there and I rent like Gremlins and stuff like that, like the Pokemon movies, Digimon movies, just like or Critters or like anything I could like really get my hands on that was kind of new and exciting, either on like VHS or DVD at the time.
but VHS still in circulation then. Oh, nice.
Yep. Back
Yeah,
in like 2000, this was probably would have been like 2003 all the way to 2007, I would say.
yeah, 2007 probably because the last movie to be famously mass produced on VHS was A History of Violence, which was from I think actually no 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
there
does
were
sort
still
of.
like VHS films in circulation that video stores still had
Yeah,
before doing a full transition to DVD. And then I guess video stores kind of died before Blu-ray got really big.
You
like
talk about the one place setting.
2000s.
Yeah.
You talk about the one place setting. Before I watched this movie, I got recommended like Kevin Smith's Clerks, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be something like that. Yeah, I wasn't that crazy about Clerks either, so I was kind of worried. Like, is this gonna be like that? Am I gonna feel this or not?
I just
So it's like
don't
I
like
worry.
Kevin Smith. He is a hack.
Mm,
I can like I'll say that anybody. I don't care. Kevin Smith is a hack,
All right, but back to Michel Gondry's movie.
not a hack.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like Michelle Gondry overall.
Thoughts on Michel Gondry quickly, like in terms of like what we've seen from his filmography, because he directed one of my favorite films, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes, I think
he's
he's
a
very
fantastic
unique.
director.
I think
Yeah.
I think absolutely who he's working with. Like, he knows perfectly like what they want. He always has like the vision for them. Since his movie is always incredibly uniquely visual and all that. Like when he directs like Bjork's music videos, it's like taking like what she's making, her imagination, like and transforming it into like visual wise. It's really great. I really like what he does a lot. You know,
Or
like
when
for
he
like
Or when
Sorry,
he
go say?
directed Dave Chappelle's Block Party as well, did a really
I've
good job on that.
I haven't seen that, but I would watch that. There's like some like artists in that like. I think even like Mos Def and like Kanye are in it. I should watch it. I think different artists I like in that. Oh, and what was I gonna say? Well, I forgot. But oh yeah, Flight Concords. Yeah, even when he directs like Flight Concords, it's like a show itself. Like each musical sequence, there's always like something like obviously going on visually as you're watching it. But when Michelle Gondry does the episode, it fits perfectly with that. It's like and things on the streets is like moving and shit. It's very like much like he does. Like when Jack Black he gets that when he gets electrocuted and whatnot. Obviously, shit's like going wrong with them. Like the facts. It's kind of like Eternal Sunshine. It was like when Joel's like holding Clementine's hands, like going through people's like faces all warped and everything. They're talking like all weird. It reminds me of that. Like Eternal Sunshine. What he does regularly in his work.
That when he electrocutes himself, that actually looked really good.
Even it's like again unique way.
Mm-hmm. This is like any kind of effect that he used in this movie. It's like all practical and well done. Like it's like a Hollywood director directing guys to make a low budget sweeted film.
Basically,
And
no budget as well.
yeah, and the stuff that they come up with is probably what low budget filmmakers would actually come up with, which works really well. So what
I'll just say
happens
like
is
this. Oh, sure. You go ahead. Sorry.
well, with the plot of the movie, getting on with that, Danny Glover, he's told that he's gonna get kicked out of his video store and they're gonna tear it down so they can build condos or whatever. He doesn't want that to happen, so he leaves Mike and Jerry in charge, which is Jack Black and Mostef. And yeah, he goes off to try and find stuff where he can boost sales at his store. Like
Just going to a local blockbuster,
yeah,
especially
and getting
across the street.
kicked out by one of the like people from
employees there.
Yeah, he gets kicked out by one of the. I think is he a judge in Parks and Recreation or something? He's on the city
wouldn't
council.
I'm so glad you said that. As John Glazer, who I love, like he's hilarious. He does some shows on an Adult Swim, like Neon Joe Werewolf Hunter, like Delocated, which are like very funny. So like we showed, I was like, oh my god, like what's he gonna do? Like he didn't do anything, which is like, oh man, it wasted potential. He's so funny. He could do something so good at least. It did something.
He did do something. He's
kicked him. He talked
what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, he's talked to him a bit, and I just kicked him out. That was it.
He acted.
He
did his part.
Whatever.
What more do you want?
Hey man.
Jesus, this fucking guy.
No.
Lazy just hates movies.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
It's especially ironic considering I would say this movie is like a movie for movie people. I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a movie about making movies.
Ethan
yeah,
is a
so nothing
movie
about
person,
that.
Clearly.
I love Creepshow. I love Creepshow. I love Creepshow. I love Creepshow. That's a great movie. I was staying by that. And okay.
Yeah, we're talking about Be Kind Rewind.
Well, I'm about to talk about David Lynch cooks quinoa. What a Jack do right now.
So I'm kicking Ethan off of the podcast.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready. I will start my own corn dog restaurant, so whatever. I don't care.
David Lynch is
I will. We'll do.
So
no, you made Dune, so you have Dune.
Just continuing.
All right, in the VHS store, I have to say.
Sure.
In the VHS store is like obviously I know y'all are obsessing over like all the VHS tapes, like which movies there were. I saw Freddy vs. Jason, and then Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. I'm like, oh, Simon and Saw, they would both live in this place. Like this flea pair, they live in this place.
They had a copy of Son of the Mask, so the first thing
I saw that.
There's a poster in the background for Son of the Mask.
Upsetting.
I wonder if this place is going out of business.
We'll get to another movie later that I want to make fun of Ethan for, but we'll get there.
Oh, thanks. Oh boy.
So, Danny Glover's character is gone. He asks the Mia Farrow is the actress's name, I believe.
Mia Farrow. Yes,
yeah, from Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's
I wish
Baby.
they would have sweeted Rosemary's Baby. I think that would have been hilarious.
That would have been great.
A little bit of a missed opportunity. I think that would have been really funny.
Yeah, it's
just have her in a phone booth or something would have been great.
Yeah,
I felt like love from movies
Danny
do that.
Glover as well. They could have done Lethal Weapon.
Like they do Driving Miss Daisy with Danny Glover and Mia Farrow, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess that's all like with the premise. Like you get all these ideas, like what they could do, but they don't do it. So.
Yeah, we never get to see them recording Lord of the Rings, which sucks. It would have been funny to see.
Jack Black in Lord of the Rings is something I want to see.
Jack Black plays every character.
Well, I guess we do get that. Okay, we'll get to when they do their first suited film.
Yeah, so Danny Glover asked Mia Farrow to stop on by and check on the store. But at that point, Jerry has erased all the tapes because he was magnetized. Everything's gone. So Mike comes up with this idea to Swede the movie, or at that point, just refilm what they can within like 5 hours.
Well, it's because like Mia Farrow comes in wanting to see Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah. So the first movie they Swede is Ghostbusters, and they actually do a really good job. Like it's pretty funny.
Yes,
what they do.
Like
they go to the library and just annoy people, like dressed like they got tinfoil all over them, and yeah, it's really good. And they got like those Christmas, Christmas wrapping. What is it called?
Tinsel. It's tinsel.
Yeah, they got the tinsel on like fishing poles, and they're like poking the lady with it. It's like, "Be gone, ghost." She's
also had to recreate the opening in the library with like the floating books by just a book on a fishing line.
Yeah, and then
in front of the camera.
Steph, he grabs the the library cards and he just starts whipping them at Jack Black.
It's almost like when I was making Psycho, when I made my own little short movies, I made like a Psycho remake where I was like playing like most of the characters. It's almost
Really?
like that in a way. Yeah.
The only character you didn't play was Vince Vaughn, right?
Oh dear God.
God damn it, Simon.
Yeah, God. I got my brother involved. I got to play the detective, like questioning me and whatnot, so I got him involved. That's pretty fun.
I guess that's
I
all.
just,
As I was saying, for like the big charm of this movie, because like it's sort of again movie for movie people, but it also sort of connects with like the amateur filmmaker that I guess we all sort of have an eye. I definitely younger also made crappy short films.
nice. That was the shit. That's what
I still make
that's
crappy short films.
Yes,
I appreciate that though. I'm glad you're still like doing that though. I think it's charming in a way.
It's actually really spooky outside right now. It's really foggy. And
No, it is
perfect setting for a short film.
Yeah, it's not foggy for me, but like it's like 5:53 p.m. It's already like dark outside. I would take a picture right now.
And then you'll send it to Sod, and Sod will put it up on the podcast.
Yeah, in fact, we get up and this is my window's open, so I'm gonna get up real quick.
But yeah,
with
so they
broken toe.
Remaking Ghostbusters so they can give it to Mia Farrow. And their reasoning is, well, she's never seen a sci-fi movie before, so she's gonna buy it, whatever.
Dollar as well.
Yeah, I like how they do Slimer. He's just in a plastic bag with a green light, and he's hopping everywhere.
And there's also the great bit as well when they have to film it. They try to film at night.
So and they use the negative on the camera
negative as well. But then they realize that their faces are going to be all like negative as well, so they go and print, photocopy their faces, and then just stick them on.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's like, so again, sort of creativity on.
Yeah, it's also it's just really funny how it's portrayed too. And then I also really like how they do the so they put a cat in the fridge. The cat pops out.
Yes,
they start like with the tinsel on the cat. We're gonna show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown. And then I like how they do the marshmallow thing. So they just put a bunch of marshmallows on like a stick figure, and he has two sticks on the feet, and he's moving it forward like it's walking, and they light the whole thing on fire.
Which comes back in.
Yeah, they're doing it on top of a car roof, so they light a whole car on fire.
After they film their version of Ghostbusters, they give it to Mia Farrow, who takes it home for like, I don't know, kid or family members.
$1 one day. Yeah, so she only had it for like a night. It's her nephew, I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
and all his gangbanger friends, I guess.
Yes. So they watch the movie, and then they basically immediately go to the Be Kind rewind.
No, we get the other guy first, the bald guy
who wants Rush Hour 2.
He wants Rush Hour 2, so they got to make Rush Hour 2. So they start making Rush Hour 2.
Have Jack Black as Jackie Chan.
Jack Black is Jackie Chan, and he just goes, "Haw, haw, haw," and he keeps squinting his eyes like, Jesus Christ, Jack.
He did Kung Fu Panda, so like he can still do it. It's like doing Kung Fu Panda again.
All comes full circle.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. What's the Kung Fu Panda? 2008. Oh, 2008. So yeah.
Oh.
2 years before. Yeah, this came out 2 years before Kung Fu Panda. Now think about it.
God, it all comes full circle. Well, it's also later on when they're doing like the montage and Jack Black plays King Kong. I thought that was really funny.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, he did do King Kong. My God, yeah.
Which is great because Jack Black was in. Oh my! It comes full circle again, Peter.
Yeah, I was about to say, but we'll get back to that.
That's saying. Yeah, he wasn't King Kong.
The best writer of all time.
It's confirmed. Like end of the episode, it's greatest writer ever made.
Yeah. Well, he's a really good writer.
Like greatest writer ever conceived ever. Taking it way back because that's what I do. In the opening credits, for the music supervisor, it said it was done by Linda Cohen. So I wonder if she's related to Ethan Cohen. Why my wife is redacted.
Oh my god.
It all comes together. That's what I'm saying.
I
You cannot
believe
escape Ethan
the
Cohen.
cinematographer for this movie also did Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. I
Oh,
could sort of
really?
tell by the way the movie looks as well. It sort of has that.
Oh, okay.
Ellen Kuras, yeah, she did the cinematography for Eternal Sunshine, Blow,
Oh,
and He Got Game, and Bamboozled are the biggest ones, I guess.
so some Spike Lee movies as well. Yeah,
Yeah, she's did cinematography on some Spike Lee joints.
indeed. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
Sorry,
from her.
So
Yeah,
they got
so back to the
as we
plot.
said before, they make a Rush Hour 2, but they need to get a. They have like the Jack Black's like junkyard friend.
Yeah,
Who,
Wilson, I think his name is.
yeah.
Mhm.
Who quits.
Yeah, he quits because
Well,
he's playing like the bad lady in Rush Hour 2, and there's a scene where Jackie Chan like kisses her to distract her, and Jack Black doesn't want to kiss his mechanic, and then he says, "I don't want people to think I'm having a homosexual interracial relationship with my mechanic." And then Moist Steph looks him dead in the eye and says, "Like, oh, so the interracial thing is the problem."
Funny thing, you said moist. You said moist depth. That's what I'm gonna call
Yeah,
from that one.
Moist Steph. That's his new. That's my. That's my.
I'm gonna call him Moist Def.
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
still
Moist
episode. Moist depth, moose depth. It's like
What's his actual name?
Yeah, no, it's Yasin Bey.
Yasin Bey. Okay.
Yeah. Very cool
Also
name.
star
By the
of
way.
the hit film Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Within like the first 10 minutes, like hearing him talk, I expected him to start rapping any second. It's like, oh my god.
I don't think I've ever heard.
Well, you seen Chappelle's show, like you've seen him rap
Yeah,
there.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I haven't sat down and like listened to his music on like Spotify or something like
Well,
that.
he has some like really great songs and features, but I didn't listen to like that whole like his whole albums because I'm sure that you're promising because you have like Q-Tip from A Trap Called Quest on his albums, like some like down with some really great artists, especially at the time.
He's not down with the sickness though.
Definitely not down to Disturbed. No, not at all. It just that's exact. That's it.
Speaking of this, there's that. We were talking about movies in the video store. There's a copy of Snyder's Dawn of the Dead in the background.
That is true. Yeah, this is very like a 2006 setting. You could tell because Dexter has Dawn of the Dead VHS. This is 2006. This movie.
No, this movie is 2008.
It's 2006.
The Snyder. No, it's 2008.
This because we watched 2006. I know it's 2006. I know my date.
It says 2008.
Oh my god! What is? We pull it right now. It's 2006. Be kind, rewind.
Well, it says 2008.
Yeah. Fuck you.
What? So that's 2006. Wow. Okay. I've now gone full retard. Apparently, Jesus Christ. That's 2006 the whole time. It's all time. That's 2006. I promised myself. I swore to myself it's 2006. Okay, my bad. My apologies on that one. Jesus Christ. I deserve it for that one. I'm done talking now.
I'm gonna fly to Nebraska and beat that ass.
You broke all my other toes like I already did, yeah.
I did find a like foreign poster for the movie.
There's a lot of
wow, what the hell?
Anyways, well, they're doing the Rush Hour 2 filming, which is really funny. I love how they edit this. Like, it's really smart.
It's one take, sort of.
Yeah. And because he doesn't want to kiss Wilson, they just go to a laundromat around the corner and just get a Latina girl to join up with them. She's like, yeah, sure. And like, she's doing the fridge thing. She's like, yeah, I was a fridge in a play in high school or whatever. Yeah, Jack Black.
Elementary.
Yeah, Jack Black's like, no, I want her sister. She's way hotter. It's like, this girl can't act, and he's just like, shut up. And then they grab her, and they also take like some random old lady's dress because they say they're big Hollywood producers. It's like, yeah, we'll give her a wardrobe credit or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just leave. And then they film the rest of the movie with her in it. And she's a good addition. Like,
Yeah,
she's
sort
great
of like
in
the
this.
one in the main cast.
She's the glue that holds the team together.
Who's that actress, by the way?
I don't know. She hasn't really been in much.
Oh.
Her character's name is Alma.
Alma.
What is the actress's name? Let's see.
I should have got it right. I should have
Melanie
checked my
Diaz.
facts. It's 2008.
It was also in Cobbler. Adam Sandler.
She was in Belko Experiment. The First Purge. Hasn't really
The first
been
Purge, but as an equal to the first Purge.
Not a lot of like mainstream films, if you would say.
She is really good in this.
She is really good in this. It's probably her best performance. I don't remember her really.
Everyone
doing
in this
much
movie does give a good performance. Like, there's no like that sticks out as particularly bad or like mediocre. Like,
except for like Ethan's
good.
mom, who's yelling at Jack Black and Mr. Moist.
What?
Or like Jack comes back into the store and there's that blonde lady getting really mad at Jack and they yelling at each other.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, her. Oh yeah, she.
Yeah.
She's like barely in it. Like, it's only those two scenes, really.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully my mom isn't blonde, so she's like nothing like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
your grandpa was good in The Father. Though,
Yeah,
so,
that's true. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so they keep going. They got to keep making more movies. So then the gangbangers come in. They want RoboCop.
What's seen in the movie? Because like no, it's because like at first you think like, oh no, these characters are now screwed because they're coming up, and it's like, oh, this is quite threatening. And then they're like,
yeah,
this is actually pretty good.
The big guy. He's from The Blind Side.
Yeah, I recognized him from somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't really recognize any of the other actors in the gang, but he sticks out. But yeah, so they want some movies sweeted.
Yeah.
And they pick RoboCop. What were the other movies that they threw down?
Lion King.
Well, no, Alma puts that in the bag when Jack Black says, if we're going to do this fair, you just pick two movies out. So they do eventually end up going with RoboCop and Lion King.
Yeah.
But they throw something else down. I can't remember.
It doesn't really matter because I don't think they do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so eventually this sweeted film thing catches on with the community. Now,
yeah, people start really liking it. And when they're filming The Lion King, they're in a diner discussing how the hell are they going to film an animated movie. They just get some like felt cutouts and they make like the bad lion red and the good lion blue. And they just start mashing the felt together.
And the Alma's on the side just doing the voices.
Doing the voice.
Also,
yeah, and Jack Black's
filming.
like, it's like, all right, make sure you say this line. I'm going to piss on the grave of your ancestors. It's like, Jack, it's a kid's movie. It's like, no, it's really important to the plot. Even though the characters are brothers, so he'd be pissing on his own ancestors' grave.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't really do much with The Lion King. I think they only do that one scene.
Like the filming of the film sort of like takes a bit of a backseat during this part of the movie, which I guess is sort of like, I would say, a bit of a problem I have with the film. Because like for me anyway, like the best part of this movie is like when they're filming like these like. That's sort of like where most of the film's charm comes from to me anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, they couldn't always just be filming, but they had to move the plot along. So,
yeah, that's true. But still, like,
yeah. So they're filming RoboCop, and like people are lined up to get movies sweeted, and
the guy who wanted Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, he brings he showed all his friends. He's like, this is really good, but it's too short. So now they got to make their stuff a little longer. But this is when Danny Glover comes back, and he's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And then Mike explains everything to him, but they say he tells them they're basically screwed because he has to get $60,000 to save the building, or else he's getting thrown in the projects basically, which is pretty freaking sad. Even though he owns the building, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but it also there's like, as the people, I guess, council or whatever, city council say, like, it violates like several like health and safety laws.
So they're basically going to take his building away from him unless he can fix it up. So they come up with this plan where they're going to charge more for the movies, but they're going to let people star in the movies.
Get that great montage.
Yeah. Well, before that, this is the part make fun of Ethan for. The first lady who comes up and she wants the movie Sweden. I was like, yes. And she pulls out Fast and the Furious.
Oh my god, yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah.
And she wants to get it Sweden, but she doesn't have good grades and she wouldn't pay the $20 fee. They're like, we're not going to do it for you. I was like, oh, damn it, Ethan.
Jesus Christ.
I wish they would have did it better than the actual.
The only possible way I would watch it, most death would be like moist death would be a good Paul Walker, better Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, Jack Black would be Vin Diesel.
Black would be everyone else.
Yeah, it's like I'm Bill Murray, you're everybody else. Yeah, people come in, they start wanting stuff to get sweeted. Then one of the gangbangers, or the nephew, Danny Glover, he threatens Jack Black, and then Danny Glover grabs his arm. Yeah. Like, stop being a prick. And he plays some music for him. He's like, yeah, let's move on with our lives here, buddy. He's like, all right, sounds good. And just ends that plot immediately.
Yeah, again, like another problem with the movie as well, for me anyway, how they just saw like some stuff centered and then dropped.
What the salt and water shit?
Very long. What?
So what you referring to the salt and water thing?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was really stupid, but okay.
Doctor gives him some aspirin, and he takes the whole bottle.
Then he just has.
He's gonna die.
What I was saying, like just have this salt and what was it again?
Salt and water.
It's salt and water, so it basically makes you throw up, so he could get all that shit out of his system.
And also take a leak behind a car, which magnetized urine.
Yeah, his piss is magnetized, and all the bolts and nuts and random bike frames start going down in the drain with the piss.
Yeah, so that's like quickly set up and then dropped.
Well, yeah, he pissed out the magnetism. That's it.
Moving on.
That's ends.
They had to get rid. Well, the thing is, like, they had to get rid of that because then
obviously then obviously they won't be able to film the films without just stuff thrown onto Jack Black. But at the same time, it's like maybe do it a bit more gradually over time instead of just how sudden it is.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm sure you two had problems with it, but
I did. I thought that was really stupid.
You had problems with
good
the whole movie, so whatever.
Okay. Well, I will say I thought it was 2006. That's really embarrassing.
Yeah,
so I'll give you that. Yeah.
Did you even watch the film?
Yes, I did watch the whole movie yesterday. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought it was 2006 because he did Eternal Sunshine 2004, so I guess I got confused and thought he did this 2 years later for some reason. I don't know why, but 2008 apparently, so screw me, I guess.
2008, good year.
That is true, yeah.
Back to Eternal Sunshine, same year as Synecdoche, New York.
No.
Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah, he did both movies in 1 year. What a madman.
So they, where were we up to again with the plot? We get
our second. We get our second montage of them just making a bunch of movies. It's one long shot.
Yes, it's probably my favorite shot in the whole movie as well.
And also good music too. It's a good soundtrack.
Got Jack Black doing
Muhammad
when
Ali.
we were kings. When we were kings.
Yeah. So we get When We Were Kings leading into 2001: A Space Odyssey, into Carrie, into King Kong,
Yes.
into Men in Black. Did I miss one?
No, I'm pretty sure you got them all. It doesn't really matter anyway.
Yeah.
But
So all those movies like back to back, and like it's just
the way they
one.
recreate
It's,
certain scenes is like again,
it's one long
charming
shot.
and-
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's probably the best scene in the movie.
as I said.
When,
I'm saying it too.
when we were kings, it was like he was doing Nacho. It was like he was doing Nacho Libre again. So that's also fits in.
What?
Yeah, he's like doing like fighting and shit. Like doing Nacho Libre. Like he's like all shirtless, dude. It's like he's doing Nacho Libre again.
Was that the same year as this as well? Just like so we can continue out like what came
Okay.
out when.
Nacho Libre was 2006, I believe. I could be wrong
So
about
did
that
you got-
again. So we see.
That
Let's see. Nacho Libre. There we go. 2006. Yeah, I was right about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got this mixed up with Nacho Libre.
They fixed that TikTok. It's different Jack Black movies. Maybe, yeah.
Not
So
a very good film.
they do their versions of all different movies, and the community sort of comes together in a way over this.
Yeah, like
It's like another strength
I
in
was
the
saying,
movie
like
as
it's
well,
very
like in
humble,
terms
down
of
to
like
earth
the
movie. Yeah.
awesome in a way. I'm not sure if we're jumping ahead here, but then Sigourney Weaver comes in.
No, like right after this montage and stuff, they're getting the money and stuff, and they're just in the building talking, and Mike is pissed that we didn't talk about the driving when they're filming Driving Miss Daisy, because Mia Farrow wants them to see Driving Miss Daisy. So Jack is Miss Daisy, and he plays the freaking. He's the driver. He's Morgan Freeman, right? Is the
But in Driving Miss Daisy, I haven't seen.
yeah,
Driving
and then
Miss
Jack
Daisy,
Black
so
starts getting like kind of racist. Like, he's just playing like an old racist lady. He's like, Hokey, stop over here, Hokey. Look, go away, hussy. Look at this hussy. He's just like starts being an asshole to everybody in this scene. God, Ethan, say something about the movie. God.
I don't. Okay,
Please.
y'all go to the plan. Y'all did well. That's where y'all go. Y'all go to the plan. I don't know what to say on this.
That's because I don't think you watched the movie.
I did watch it. Was 1 hour 40 minutes. Not 2006. It was 2008. And so Jack Black and Moon Step. I know about this movie. I took down notes. Y'all can continue with the plot. I still have notes, but
That's
y'all
okay,
go.
son. He's not. Our next episode is They Live. He's probably not going to like that either.
Oh,
No, man, maybe not.
this review
It's just
segment
going
has
to be
been
me
more
and Son
drama.
again. Be like, oh yeah, this movie's really good. And Ethan's like, ordering Chinese food, making corn dogs, taking pictures of his
Talking
window.
much
God,
about the movie. We've just been bullying Ethan.
Guys, let's just turn to the hey, let's show an Ethan podcast by this point. It's not
Yeah.
Simon Sod versus Ethan the podcast. It's bullying me.
Okay, so
That's
back
why
to
it's called
Jack
Simon
Black's Driving
versus
Miss
the It
Daisy.
should just be called Simon and Sod versus Ethan.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it should be called.
Have better takes.
I do have better takes. I showed y'all Creep Show. Okay, I love Creep Show.
Stop bringing up Creep Show as it's like
I
the
love
real
Creep
end.
We
Show.
get it. Creep
I
Show
love
was
Creep Show.
good.
It's great. It's a very good movie. I love Creep Show.
Oh.
You like it too. We all give it a 4 out of 5, which is our best episode. I love it.
No, our best episode is 2025.
Oh my god! We're
Not
not
as
talking about
Creep
the-
Show.
We stopped talking about the movie. We're just like doing. Should we just have this?
I'm
split this
fine
up into
with
its
this.
own segment.
This is bound to have
Last
buzz
member
point. Okay, here we
drama.
go.
Shit is
Yes,
fucked.
it's-
Please
here we
stand
go.
by.
Yeah, please. Nah,
Okay.
it's bound to
Anyways.
happen. Someone had to say something about it.
No,
Yes!
we're moving on with the
It's
plot.
great! I love Creep Show. Go check it out.
Good for you.
I love Creep Show.
We all did.
Simon will do our own
Episode.
Sweden version of Creep
It
Show.
was the best episode by far.
To get back at you.
Creep Show 3 coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, Sigourney Weaver shows up, which I think this is a pretty good cameo. She's only in it for about like 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, it does. It's not really a performance. It's more just you don't really see a character there. It's just like, oh, Sigourney Weaver's here.
It's like, hey, she was in Ghostbusters. That's cool.
So, yeah, again, back to
yeah. I
Could've
like the
done-
callbacks in this and everything. I used to watch this movie all the time. Like, I think it's really fun, especially I love filmmaking and stuff, and I think this is a good example of
Oh yeah, I agree.
what
It's
people
like, sort of-
can do. Like, maybe not to the extent that they did in this movie, but I think how it's done is good with the like none of us own a fucking junkyard, so we probably couldn't do stuff to this level, but I think it's still really good. But anyway, she comes up, she says, it's okay that you're making parody movies because you're not putting it on YouTube, but because they were filming them on the actual tapes, technically,
yeah,
it's still
the
stupid.
FBI
Like
warning.
these stupid. It's like you own the tape,
Yeah,
but the problem was their movie was on the tape. It's like, yeah, but we erased that. It's like it's so stupid. It's like,
yeah, I guess that's sort of like a bit that's sort of like underdeveloped as well. It's just sort of so they can like move it to the next segment as well, which
Yeah.
is I think probably one of the most wholesome things ever put to film in a way,
yeah,
endearing at least.
it's actually really sad because they basically tell him. It's like,
sad.
yeah, Danny Glover, you're gonna spend like 60,000 years in a prison. You're gonna have to pay
the projects.
Yeah, no, they tell him they're gonna send him to prison.
Oh, we're still on the Sigourney Weaver showing up.
Yeah, because they take everything that
Dude,
they tweeted and they crush
basically
it.
do like over
fucking
200
dozer.
films. Yeah, which is so ridiculous.
I think it was really funny. And then Sigourney
It's funny, but
Weaver,
at the same
she's
time-
like, oh god, and they call
Yeah, she's like
us the
happy
bad
about
guys.
this.
Like, yeah. And then the one guy's like trying to fight the police to get to the movie that he was in. The cops are So I think like a couple days pass or so. Like the mural that they did at the beginning of the movie that gets painted over.
It's painted over.
Yeah, which is actually really sad because like we get a shot of Jack Black like he's looking at it and he just closes his gate and walks away. I was like, oh, fuck, because they were really close to. Yeah, they were really close to meeting their goal. Like they were gonna
saving the building.
Yeah, but yeah, we get a fade out and then everyone's outside of the video store. Like, come on, let's do this. Screw them. If we make our own 100% original film, they can't sue us and everything. They rally everybody together and they say that they're going to make a film about Fats Waller, who's like kind of like the overarching inspiration of the film.
Sort of like who like connects the whole thing, holds the whole thing together.
Yeah, even though like it.
It's revealed.
Glover
we forgot to
lies.
mention this.
Yeah.
Well,
Danny when everything's getting crushed, Glover lies that he lied that Fats was born in the video store building. And Fats Waller is a real person, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I like to say, Fats Waller, one of the songs that played in Eraserhead, particularly great use at like the end credits, the organ music, that was Fats Waller at the end of Eraserhead, yeah, which is like, that song really creeps me out now, but yeah, that was Fats Waller.
But yeah, he was actually a pretty good jazz musician, so to have him as like an inspiration and everything, pretty cool.
I think it's a different pick because usually people go like Louis Armstrong or whatever, but no, it's just Fats Waller.
Well,
you know,
they even mentioned that in the film.
That is true. Yeah,
at the mural, it's like, what, that Louis Armstrong?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, they all rally together and they're like, "We'll make a movie about Fats," and they get to work. They they plan it out.
It's also
like,
great because every like member of the community like sort of pitches in with their idea.
Yeah.
So they're not really like doing like a straight biopic. It's more just like what Fats meant to this like community and like how they sort of saw him and like how they want to do it. And so yeah, that's again like it's wholesome. It's really nice.
It is, and when they're doing it, everyone has their own ideas. So they do the voiceover part first, and then the next day they get their costumes together. And then day 3, they start building all their props. And then the next couple days, they start filming. And it's really cool because
gonna get to the blackface bits.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting there. You jumped ahead because
Yeah.
when they say that they're gonna do this, Jack Black he says, "Yeah, I'll play Fats," and Mike is like, "No, I'm gonna play Fats." He's like, "Okay, we'll see what happens." He's like, "No, I'm playing Fats." It's like, "Well, we'll hold auditions." So they go on when they're getting their costumes. Everyone's in their costumes. Like Mike, he's got his Fats mustache on and everything. Jack Black walks out of the back in blackface.
Smiling
Now,
and everything.
yeah. If you could actually put a picture of him in blackface on the screen for the people.
What, are you gonna try and cancel Jack Black?
No, because
This is
I
a
think it's
very
really
highly
like Jack
controversial
Black
show.
in blackface. Like it's just like a weird. And then like the music stops, everyone stops and looks at him. It's like it's almost like Michelle Gagne didn't tell anybody that they were
it's like
doing
so
this.
it's an authentic reaction.
Yeah, they're like all the reactions seem really authentic because like, and then
Danny Glover has to take
grabs him. He's like,
side.
"No, let's talk. And then Jack's trying to defend himself, like, but Fats is fat. I am fat. Like Mike's not even fat. He pulls him out of the video store, and everyone's looking outside. And one guy's like, "Oh, somebody gonna get the shit kicked out of him today." And then Danny Glover starts doing this dance at him. I was like, "Okay, that's really fucking funny."
It's like
Couldn't be made today.
I do think this movie is like
Very
as I
Ethan
said,
Coen
charming,
comedy.
but I don't think it's like bustingly way. There are great
Definitely not,
moments of
no.
humor, but still, that's a highlight in terms of comedy for me, anyway.
There's a lot of subtle humor in this that Ethan missed.
That's I love subtle humor. I love Thunder Road. Jim Cummings, some great subtle humor in that. But not only dramatic,
Yeah.
but it's very
It's okay.
Don't.
Not
that's
talking
great.
about Thunder Road, Ethan.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fuck
I
Thunder
love
Road.
Thunder Road. That's a great movie. It's a love Thunder
You have
Road.
to
Yeah.
stay on topic, Ethan.
I'm gonna just say about Thunder Road.
This
You
is why
brought
you
it
not do
up.
good in school.
I better.
But yeah, well, they as they're filming the movie, they're coming up with all these ideas. Jack has them. He like does these old fashioned cars made out of cardboard, and it looks really good. They build like an organ and everything,
and
like pianos and stuff like
fingers
that.
as piano keys.
Yeah, he's complaining about. He's like, no, it's stupid. I was like, that's really funny because like the black keys, like she's got the black guys' fingers, and then like under them the white guys, and they're the white key, like the ivories. I was like, oh, that's this is a clever kind of thing, like clever little preschool joke. So yeah, they start making it, and then the police show up because they're on like condemned property while they're filming,
And also
they're
using like a crane as well.
Yeah, they like steal a crane and they put the camera. I love what they do with the camera.
How the hell have to do it in one shot was we established as well.
They turn it to like black and white. They put a fan in front of the camera with some strings on it.
Yeah, as well. The Danny Glover.
Yeah, because they didn't have the Instagram filters back in the day to make it look like an old timey film. So yeah,
it sort of has like a timeless quality to it. Like it could be set like sort of like anywhere.
Well, it's like you said, it's very charming. It is very charming.
Yeah.
It's a very charming film. And police show up, start arresting people, stuff like that. And Glover tells them, it's like, okay, we need to stop with this. Nobody else can get arrested. The very next
No one can get arrested.
They go to one of the DVD, like it's basically a Blockbuster. They go to a Blockbuster.
Yeah, I mean,
and this is where the subtle comedy comes in because they're gonna break the window. He's like, "No, don't break that window. The sign says use the other door." So he breaks the window on the other door. And then they break like another, because you know how like some of the old video stores, they'd have like multiple like mini entrances.
Yeah, they gotta go through multiple.
They start like breaking every piece of glass to get in. And they go and they try to steal the projector, and like I think he's the manager.
Yeah,
or something.
There's only like one scene way early on, which is like.
Yeah, he was in it earlier when Mike was trying to figure out the whole Ghostbusters, like what he was going to do about that. So they come in, they try to steal the projector. He comes out, he's like, "What are you guys doing?" he says go away, but he's like sleeping in the hardcore porn room.
And
Back when video
that's
stores
sort of
like
another good gag.
I don't remember any video store I went to that had like a porn section. I don't think it was a thing here.
Family Video
Well,
probably did a porn section.
Hollywood Video had a porn section.
No, Family Video. Yeah, Family Video had a porn
This might
section.
be
Yeah, it's weird.
slightly
A
off
place
topic,
called Family
but-
Video. It's weird.
Might be slightly off topic, but there's still a video store active in my area. I think I've told you about this plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for some technically you can buy porn there, but it's
Can
not
you
like
go
Oh,
in with
really?
a camera and
Yeah,
rent
like,
some
can you, like-
porn and like show it, like
Wait,
prove it?
can't you get a room with like a very low rent TV with like a box of tissues next to you at all?
Is there,
still
like,
there
a
because I
Coen
haven't been
Brothers
there
porn
in a few
parody
months.
you can pick up?
I haven't been there in a few months, but the thing is, like, it's not in its own section. It's just sort of like tucked in with like the whole piece. So I was just like, one time I was there, I'm just like going through, I'm like walking, like, hello, I'm like, okay, what do I want to rent? And then I'm just like, wait, what is this?
You get a cockwork orange Edward penis hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
stuff
got
like
the
that.
film Triple X starring Vin Diesel right beside the porn parody of Triple X, and it's 4 X's.
Yeah.
God damn
Or,
it. Yeah.
or Jack Collison's MILF.
We'll get to that one day.
Yes, we have a whole episode
That'll be one
100.
of the Tubi Files exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah, like episode 100 could be like a Jack Collison special. Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty much this is the end of the movie. They've finished it. They got them all gathered in the video store. Sod's gone all robot-y.
Yeah, his audio's cutting off. Dear God, the most incompetent episode we've ever done. Oh my God!
Sod, leave and come back.
No, do us a favor, yes. For the people listening, yes. There we go. That's actually left. I'm like, here we go.
Can't hear you at all now.
No, nothing. That's it. He's done.
Do the rest of the episode.
That's it. You're just stuck with
All right,
me.
you have to throw up the technical difficulty thing again right here.
Yes.
Recording. Okay, so anyways, we're at the end of the film. Shut up.
Go back, by the way. Sorry about that.
I was gonna ignore all that, but okay, if you want to acknowledge it, fine.
We have to. No.
It's fucked. Okay. We can't rely on anything. So, this is the end of the film. They have everything together. Jack Black busts the TVs. Nobody can see anything, and then the guy with the projector, good fellow, comes because it is like the community and everything. He is part of the community. He brings the projector
even though
over.
He's barely in the movie though, so
it is acknowledged that he's known Danny Glover's character for probably quite a while.
Yeah, but it's like sort of like an off like one line of dialogue. Like where he sort of laughs like, oh, he's trying to catch up with me now, and
yeah. Yeah, he brings the projector and they turn everything around and they start watching the movie, and it's down to earth, it's humble, it's kind of sad too. Like
it sort of has this like end of an era feel to it as well.
Yeah, and then Glover tells Mia Farrow's character, it's like I took the deal. Building's getting torn down in a couple hours, and I'm getting sent to the projects. Well, I get him and Mike are getting sent to the projects because Mike also lives in the building too, which was another reason why he was trying to work so hard to make sure that didn't happen, is because he was going to screw Mike over too, which is basically his son.
Yeah, as we said before, father figure and all that.
Yeah. But they're watching the movie, like, I love how this whole thing is shot.
It's a great scene. It's a really great scene.
It's like it is really sad too, because like no matter what happens,
at the same time it has like a sort of hopeful feel to it. It sort of has like
But they're watching the movie, and then it gets to the end, and then they start hearing something outside, and the whole community is there. They were watching the movie on the other side because it went through the
window.
The glass. Yeah. Everyone's watching it, like the construction crew was even watching. It's like, hey, that was pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's a whole like group of people. It's just really nice. Like the swinging camera, the music and everything. It's just honestly great.
So how the camera is like, they come out of the building, and it sweeps up and around, and then back to like a stable shot, and then you see everybody who is there, like
Just to see this community come together as again.
Yeah, and then it fades to black, and that's how it ends. Like it is really sad, but also uplifting at the same time.
Yeah.
But like everyone
Really.
coming together, yeah.
But then
love
we
this
get
movie.
we've established that, but yeah, then we get like leftover footage from
That's
like
Creep
Rush
Show.
Hour 2 and how they sweeted it, and then we get what I think is probably the most interesting aspect. Not sure if the website's still up, but an advertisement where you can go to on a website to see like the sweeted films that for the movie that were used in the movie.
Yeah.
As again, so and as we said before, like this has sort of inspired its own subculture of like sweeted like films. So yeah, it sort of has had a bit of an impact in a way, which is in a way positive impact.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Ethan, what's your final verdict?
Final
Well, I
thoughts.
was gonna say, it's not my final verdict, but like apparently the budget for this movie it was $20 million, but the box office it was only 30.6 million, which is not great.
Oh.
Yeah,
Probably like you got to account for inflation, advertising.
Well, think about it. That's the same year the Dark Knight came out and whatnot. So I guess obviously got overshadowed. Probably.
I mean, 2008. If you look back on it, it was a pretty packed year.
It was a
in terms of,
very
like,
stacked
Absolutely.
year.
like Slumdog Millionaire, the Academy Award winner. You know.
Ugh.
Also, Indiana Jones 4. Can't forget that one.
Oh, God. A lot of bangers coming out that year, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but still, okay. Final thoughts, Ethan.
I love Creep Show. It's really great. No. So let's go through my notes so we can see.
You can actually talk about the movie now.
Yes, here's one thing I did appreciate. There's one line from Danny Glover. He's talking about having DVDs in the store. He says, "We gotta have action and adventure, and then comedy. That's it." And right after that, it's basically how it is now. It's like that's it. Like, as far as like renting movies, it's like not the same magic. It's action adventure and then a comedy. You know, it's not the same at all. So, let's see. Yeah, I wrote down more notes with wrong trousers than this, so I don't really have a whole lot. But
I mean, I guess that's sort of a bit of a problem with the movie. Well, not really, like, because I would say the movie does know what it is, but at the same time, it's just sort of like I could only really describe it as just like a good, wholesome time, funny time for the most part.
It would be interesting.
I don't see myself like revisiting it like in future. That's what I'm going to say. Even though I did have a good time with it.
It would be interesting. Like apparently, it's time when you said how it's going to be Dave Chappelle instead of Moist Def at first.
Yeah. I guess originally Dave Chappelle was going to play Mike Mos Def's character in this, which would have made sense. But I'm happy that they went with Bay here because I think he did a really good job in this role.
Well, as much as okay, if Moist Def, I'm just calling Moist Def. Moist Def, okay.
Moist Def.
Moist Def. Here's the thing, like he what makes him like obviously like better than like some other rapper actors, like somewhat. Like he has a good presence. That's what like obviously a good rapper needs is a good voice for it. So like for rapper going to acting standards, like he wasn't like obviously bad really, but like I didn't really. I just thought he was okay. Really, like
better than fucking Redman, Method Man. Those fucking guys.
I haven't seen those, but I can imagine that's not great either. But like, I would have been interesting to think about like Dave Chappelle and Jack Black. I think that would have been like a better pair. But I don't know. Moist Def in this is just it didn't really.
Well, it's like
nothing much.
I love Dave Chappelle, but I think they went with the better choice here on this one.
I think it would have been a bit of a different movie as well if they went with Dave Chappelle in a sort of way.
But Mos Def was one of the serious one. Dave Chappelle is not that at all, probably at the time at least. Now he would be serious, but we're doing like Chappelle Show then. I mean, I think it was done Chappelle Show by that point, but still.
You can't make anything with Dave Chappelle nowadays. Clearly.
Well, talking about him now is already problematic. So
yeah.
We're gonna have a picture of Jack Black doing blackface. So final episode confirmed.
That's true. It's a very controversial show we're
We
hosting
didn't
here.
put him
We
in
very said,
blackface.
Yeah, but we showed it. So the context doesn't matter, right?
It's
We
okay.
did it.
He has black friends, so
Classic excuse.
yeah.
I don't really have much to say on this. Really, like I don't.
It didn't touch you.
Yeah, no, not really. It's just like I love the idea of like making movies,
even
like
try
watching
to let it
people
touch
make
you?
movies. I was watching it; it did nothing for me. You try when you like absorb yourself in a movie, and no, it didn't do that for me at all. Like
I
watching,
get really absorbed in this movie. I'm invested in these characters. That's why I chose this movie, because I personally really liked it. That's why you
I
chose
think-
Creep Show. That's why Sod chose 2025, because he's
And
very,
that is not why I chose
he's very
2025.
he's a very spiritual Christian person, and he wanted us to experience his culture.
I think it was something really off-putting for me, where like Jack Black, he gets electrocuted. Was obviously was so random, like to begin with. I was with it at first. I was like, okay, it's like something very Michelle Gondry shit going on right here. I was like, okay, why not? I'll go with it. And then eventually, it leads to like drinking salt and water, and oh, that's just it. So that's just done, and that leads to the next. It stops right there. It's so far to a point where it's like not like Eternal Sunshine, where like no matter how like surreal and maybe like disjointed technically it could get like in the beginning and all that of his Joy Kaufman structure, it's just like it wasn't as grounded, and I couldn't care like for them as much as I could for a movie like Eternal Sunshine. But that's just me. I couldn't. I didn't feel emotionally invested at all. I think that's really like off-putting for me. It really pulled me back from like really potentially like loving this movie. The idea of these people like making movies and getting together. It's like I was 2001. Like I was RoboCop. It's like I get it, but watching people jerk off movies like so much, it can only be so much.
I wouldn't say they jerk off the movies in a way like in.
Jack Black literally says their version of Ghostbusters was better.
It has good intentions, but
well, they weren't gonna be fucking sweeting fucking Lars von Trier, were they?
I love that. Like, I don't expect Lars von Trier. I don't expect Lars von Trier dancing in dark or freaking away. I don't expect any of that.
Yeah, here's the
He's playing with Ghostbusters.
of Elephant Man over here.
No, oh my, that'd be depressing. That would be great. Though. You know what? That would be great. That would be great. The Elephant Man. You can say that. But no, I just. Oh my god, yes!
They sweet the whole first season of fucking Twin Peaks and
yeah, or
is that what you wanted?
No, it's different. Ghostbusters, Rush Hour, it's a different, movie like VHS movies, but it's not gonna be breaking the waves like you said.
Blue is the warmest color, sweeted, coming soon.
All right, with Jack Black and more stuff reenacting the scissoring scene. Yeah. That'd be really funny.
So that's what you wanted from this movie.
Yeah, you just wanted some gay scissoring. No. God damn it. All right, so we're gonna move on to our
should we do
film.
final thoughts quickly? Just
ratings at least. Okay, 2.5 out of 5. There we go.
Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus.
No, I'm not. I didn't care as bad.
Whatever.
Okay.
Somebody say I really like this 3.5. I really had a good time. Just putting that out there.
4.5 out of 5. Gave it a heart. Whatever. Moving on. All right. So Wrong Trousers is from the animation studio. What is it called?
Aardman Animation.
Aardman Animation.
I forgot it. And it was directed by Nick Park, who has done all the Aardman Animation films.
Well, not really
except
all of them,
for Shaun
like
the
the
Sheep.
Wallace
Yeah.
and Gromit.
He's
stuff,
done all
basically.
the Wallace Gromit, Chicken Run. He unfortunately did Early Man, but we're not going to talk about that.
Nope, that doesn't exist.
The Wrong Trousers, released in 1993, is a fantastic 30-minute short about our favorite British bald man with a ball nose and his dog.
It's very charming, always. Ever since you were a kid and watching it now, it's always very charming.
Oh, it's fantastic.
We just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
quickly say our history with Aardman and the Wallace and Gromit, like when we were
I
first
think that's
introduced
fair.
them.
I'm pretty sure we've all grown up with their animations.
Yes.
Yes.
Wallace
That's
and
a big
Gromit in
part.
particular.
Well, I told Saad before recording, I think the first short I saw from Wallace and Gromit was A Grand Day Out, because I have memories where being at my grandma's house and she'd had that on. And I remember seeing in the beginning the Aardman Aussie logo showing up and the cheese and the crackers. I just remember that when I was young. It's just so weird that I remember that, but it's very significant.
Cheese, Gromit.
And then
Cheese, Gromit.
yeah. So that's good, Saad. Wow, I was expecting that. But every time I watch that
somewhere where
story,
there's cheese.
We'll go to
Don't
the
forget
moon,
the crackers.
yeah, every time I watch that short, I always get hungry for cheese and crackers. So I always, especially as a kid, I always ended up going downstairs and getting some cheese and crackers and continuing away eating cheese and crackers and watching it.
Then you ran
things
up.
like
Then
that.
when you realized you'd forgotten the crackers, you went, "Crackers, Gromit, we've forgotten the crackers," and then you run downstairs quickly with
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. God, the music is so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think about it.
I think the first one I like going back to the VHSs and everything, we had the like a VHS little collection and it had The Wrong Trousers, Grand Day Out, Close Shave, and it had actually
A
it
Matter
just
of
had
Loaf
those
and
three
Death.
because A Matter of
Yeah,
Love
Oh.
and Death didn't come out until 2008. So it had
Yeah, that was much
those three
later.
shorts on one VHS. So the first one I would have saw would have been Grand Day Out as well.
Well,
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, in terms of just Aardman animation overall, I first saw Chicken Run on VHS. We had that, and that was one that got basically repeated constantly. And I didn't see one of the Wallace. I didn't. It was a bit later on till I first saw Wallace and Gromit short, which I think was A Close Shave. Then obviously I went back and saw Wrong Trousers. So did mine in reverse, where I saw Close Shave, then Wrong Trousers, then A Grand Day Out last. Which I guess saw like the sort of how these evolved over time.
Mm-hmm. The one I like, my least favorite is probably A Matter of Loaf and Death. Like, it doesn't really come close to Grand Day Out or Wrong Trousers.
I mean, I guess that one's sort of not as impressive as those two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Close Shave, the weird thing is, I've seen them all, but Close Shave, I don't remember that one much. I'm sure it's still great, but I guess I didn't watch it as much as a kid. I don't know. I don't remember.
That one's also where
watched
Shaun the Sheep was first introduced as well.
Yes.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, I have to rewatch it.
Shaun the Sheep is in A Close Shave, yeah.
And Mother Loaf and Death I have to rewatch again too. Grand Day Out, we watched not that long ago. It's still my favorite one.
But The Wrong Trousers, it kicks off. They're doing their morning routine kind of thing. Gromit's birthday is coming up.
What is his birthday? I think.
Yeah. It says Gromit's birthday is coming up. Yeah. Going to that. Wallace, he gets dropped down in his bed because Gromit is basically Wallace's slave in this one, because Wallace in this one is a massive dick.
Oh yeah, I guess to an
He's
extent.
so
I
mean.
think he's
Weird.
just
That's condescending.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he's just gleefully oblivious to everything, which is sort of his.
I also watched
part
the
of his
Grand Day
character.
Out. He's in A Grand Day Out. He's super nice to
Yes.
Gromit and everything, but in this one, he's just a dick to Gromit.
Well, that's the thing. I've always said at the beginning. Wallace, he puts his poor dog through so much. And Gromit's he just reading the papers. I was going to the moon. Let's go to the moon. It's this fucking guy. I can't take him anymore. He puts him through so much.
He basically spends all his rent money on these mechanical pants, so he doesn't have to walk his own dog.
So
he's like, oh, I can't pay rent this month. The Kunzel's gonna come kick us out. So the
council's gonna come and kick us out, Gromit.
Oh, the fucking council, mate.
I spent all this money on these trousers, Gromit.
Do you have the council in Australia as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think in your side of the pond, they call it the council.
Yeah, state council, not just town council stuff.
Yeah.
Also, at the beginning, And like the opening shot, you get the spaceship from the like, Grand Day Out on the wall, which I thought was really nice.
There's a few little references. When he's reading the newspaper, it also references the cheese moon.
Cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just also want to just say, like, going from like a Grand Day Out, which while is still great, I would say it's still like obviously what it is, because obviously that was like a student film that sort of got picked up, and then so going from that to Wrong Trousers is like sort of like day and night for me.
Well, you can tell by the animation; it's vastly different.
Yeah, like the characters like are much more smoother. I would say they don't really have the ragged edges around them.
Which I love, that kind of rough edges. I love that.
Yeah, it does
Well,
have its charm in a Grand Day Out, but I think it would
bef-
only really work once. If they kept on didn't obviously
Well-
improve, like it wouldn't.
But everyone knows Wallace and Gromit as how they look here. You know, that's like the iconic, how they like proper look, a clean look, I guess you could say, not the debut kind of rough edges where you can see like the fingerprints like on them when like they were making them, obviously.
Well, before they did Wallace and Gromit, they had this like 5-minute short called Creature Comforts.
Yes, I think that came out between a Grand Day Out and Wrong Trousers.
Did it?
I think it did. Let me check.
It's the same year, so I'm not sure.
It probably is actually, but still.
But yeah, The Wrong Trousers is my favorite Wallace and Gromit. I was actually
Might
really
be mine
happy
too.
in 2005 when they got the feature length Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Like I think that movie holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I saw it a while ago as well. Yeah, it still works.
2005, yeah.
I need to
We
rewatch
haven't
that.
gotten any Wallace and Gromit since, which sucks.
I mean,
Like,
they
there's
have made like the occasional appearance, but obviously with Wallace's voice actor sadly passing away not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Nick Park.
You should put up a little like
That's a creator.
Peter
memorial
Sellers.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused. That's a creator, Nick Park. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Gromit gets a pair of techno trousers, they're called, from Wallace.
Techno trousers.
They're techno trousers, Gromit. I got them so I don't have to walk you anymore.
Because I'm a
you
lazy
go.
bastard.
Yeah, so Gromit goes for a walk with the techno trousers, and meanwhile Wallace tries to sort out their financial issues.
Yeah, he's like he has like one of those kids abacuses, and he's just randomly moving stuff around.
Yeah.
I love how like he gets it's like a piggy bank, but like the painting he puts it back is like another like a piggy painting.
Another piggy bank.
Yeah, and it's very subtle details like that. Just makes all the difference. For
Yeah,
me.
just sort of like how matter of fact it is as well.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's not even like really drawn to, it's just sort of in the background, which is great.
And then he gets like makes them like jelly toast. I swear to God, the jelly toast looks absolutely delicious. Like these animated Brits, they always make everything they eat in every single short
These
look
animated
amazing.
Brits.
And like like cheese and
These
crackers.
Brits are so bloody animated.
Gromit, even thinks we're animated.
The cheese and crackers look
Why are you doing
amazing.
Scooby-Doo now?
Well, Robin doesn't talk. He doesn't make any distinct noises.
Yeah, you decide to do
You
You don't talk like that,
Oh,
Gromit. You don't talk at all.
Where's the Wallace Gromit Scooby Doo fucking crossover?
That's a great question. Where's this movie? We need it.
Scooby and the gang go to good old England to solve the mystery of Wallace's murder.
Is it stop motion? Is just Wallace and Gromit still stop motion and it's like 2D?
And then Scooby and the gang are just animated regularly. I don't know. We'd have to call up Warner Brothers and see what they can do with that.
Yeah,
when they're not too
American
busy
Gromit.
mashing all their properties into fucking Space Jam.
no.
So, yeah, Wallace gets back from his shitty little walk,
No, Gromit.
and Gromit, sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Did you even watch it, Simon?
Now I'm getting called out.
I want to be rewind, but did you watch The Wrong Trousers? That's the question.
Yes, and I also watched George of the Jungle all the way through.
Yeah, no one's gonna.
Okay,
That's
good
an
to know.
inside
Yeah.
joke between us. I'm
That's
sorry.
no one else. Yeah, no one else is gonna get that besides us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people in the server will, but
Yeah,
nobody else
maybe.
listening.
If they're actually listen, yeah. If they do.
Anyways, comes back and he sees a sign on the door. They're looking for a housemate, someone to
So they can pay off
rent
their
out
debt.
their flat, like an extra room. And this is where we get our boy the penguin.
Yes, probably my favorite villain in any of these shorts.
What is the penguin's name? I can't remember.
It's only shown in like a newspaper. It's Feathers McGee, I think. Just let me check.
Okay, that's a great name.
No, Feathers McGraw. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a fantastic name. So he comes in. He says, "Yeah."
Well, he doesn't say anything.
Okay. Well, he doesn't say anything. He just
it's
walks around
just
with
stares.
his face.
Yeah, just gives him the stare.
I think I just want to quickly praise like how like Grom Feathers McGraw. Sorry, I'm not sure where McGee's coming from, but just how
Feathers McGee here.
just how they're like animated, you can like tell exactly how they feel, like what their character. It's just really well done overall. Sort of like doing it without any dialogue.
So Wallace shows him the room. Feathers. He takes one look at it and he walks away and he goes straight to Gromit's room. He just gets in the bed. He's like,
yeah, he just makes himself at home. And Gromit's like,
Wallace
is like,
all right, well, I guess this is yours now, mate.
Norpets.
Yeah.
Is that so to you?
He just looks at him and he looks back at his paper. Oh, it's good stuff. And then Gromit he's clearly pissed off that his room was just given away by asshole Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
And they start doing up the other room.
The crappy guest room.
Yeah. And like Gromit, he's trying to sleep, but the penguin's playing his crappy music.
Oh, no, it's good music.
So it's sounding good, yeah.
No, I know you're not gonna do it, but can you edit in like K-pop that the penguin's listening to for that?
Hey, let me do that.
If
yes,
you
please.
have time, if
Yeah,
not, it's
please.
fine. But I think it would just be like good visual.
Yeah.
Or like Feathers, he's the ultimate villain. He's a big BTS fan.
It all makes sense.
We have a lot of history of BTS, if you don't know. A lot of PTSD.
They are
We'll do like a story
terrorist
time one day.
organization.
Yes.
BTS destroyed a server.
Now the K-pop quote army quote is gonna flood our comments.
I doubt it.
These anyway, so
They can hit the dislike button all they want. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
We did a boys no
So, yeah.
dislikes. Just like nobody has ever disliked my Dog's Will video.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, Brazil, they're your biggest fans.
Yeah. So
I mean, Brazil didn't make it to Gromit, so they're relevant.
So Gromit wakes up the next morning, and the amount of detail.
No. Did you even watch the
out.
short?
Okay, let me finish. I didn't finish. I said the amount of detail goes into these shorts. The day after Gromit can't get any sleep, they put bags under his eyes, which is good. Little detail.
As I was saying, like, you can it tells you like how that character's feeling or like what state they're in without like any dialogue. It's great and charming.
With the music playing, he moves to like 3 different spots to try and get some sleep.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's out in the doghouse, like Ethan said, and he sees the penguin sneaking back in, and he finally turns the music off. He wasn't even in his room; he just had the music on.
Yeah, but also like raises what this penguin's. That's another thing. Like this short like does like everything so well with such like a short amount of time, to the point where it feels much bigger than it actually is.
Wallace's penguin, like, I can see why they get along, because like they're such assholes. Wallace is as much as an asshole as the Gromit as like the penguin is.
I don't think Wallace is an asshole. I just think he's more just blissfully ignorant to everything.
Well, he's so like into like this new guest because he's lived with Gromit so long, so having this like different presence in his house. I can imagine he wants to be with him.
Paying guest, Gromit. So yeah, as it goes on, Gromit eventually decides to leave in a really well executed scene.
Yeah,
the music
he starts getting his hobo bindle together.
Yeah, but even like the music, like I remember as a kid, like it was like maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. My God.
I was crying when I saw
Wow!
this.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I wrote down.
When I first saw it, when I was 5, alright?
Yes. Well, I wrote down. There's some really good music in this. Once Gromit plans to run away, there's this music that makes you believe that Gromit running away from Wallace is the biggest tragedy of the century, like you're watching a World War II movie. Because it's so sad. It's like so like it's so like I'm gonna describe it. You have to watch it yourself. It's crazy. It's really sad.
Like, it's perfectly executed, and like and then immediately after when Gromit leaves and I finished crying, you immediately turn back to Feathers McGraw, and the music started being much more sinister. And then just shot.
It's really great.
It's great.
So if I was like a little British boy in like 1991 watching this,
a little British boy.
Yes.
Why are you Irish?
If I was a little Irish British boy.
Okay, now you do Scooby Doo for Gromit, now you're doing Irish or British people. Wow. Rumi and Bjorka are going to be insulted by this.
So then Wallace wakes up the next morning, only to be quickly thrown into the wrong trousers, which have gone wrong.
Feathers has reprogrammed them
for his own means.
Yeah, and he took the little control panel off them, and then he sends Wallace out into England. What city in England are they in?
Oh, it's just England. It can be anywhere in England, basically. I
would say. It's all the same, is it?
No, I'm not saying like that. It's just it doesn't matter.
So yeah, he sends him out. He's bouncing around town, and then we get Gromit. He's living in a trash can.
Yeah, and he's looking for a room as well, and then he sees the wanted poster.
Sees, Wallace. Well, he sees Wallace bouncing around too, and he goes to investigate.
Stop them, Gromit! Stop them!
He just kind of looks at him like.
Yeah, he's like, what?
And then he sees Feathers. He's got the control panel. And then our boy, he brings Wallace back home, and he goes to sleep. So Feathers, he goes out to do the rest of his planning for the big heist, because Feathers is trying to steal a diamond. There's also a really subtle detail where Wallace, he's in the cafe because he's tailing
Robert's
Feathers.
In the cafe.
He's reading the paper, and one of the headlines is "Dog reads paper."
Yeah, another great little gag.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh god.
Yeah, Ethan, maybe not. I don't know.
I am here. So I was talking to
your
Bjork
heart's
in
not
Discord.
in this episode, Ethan.
I was talking to Bjork in Discord, so you can blame him, not me.
Oh, well, he did want a shout out, so there it is.
Yeah, Bjork Shandy, go follow him. That's my boy.
Yeah. So another great. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Feathers goes out and plans his heist, getting a sense of the location.
Yeah. I like what he does with the tape measure and like how he can lift himself up with it.
Funny story. I always tried to replicate that after I saw this, like when I was 5.
a little like 40-pound sod trying to lift himself up with a tape measure.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's not working. I don't know why. I thought I could like take myself and like zip up to the veranda, like on the second story of my house.
Oh god. I would have loved to have seen a video of that.
It probably exists somewhere. So, yeah. Then Gromit comes back to the house to.
Oh no! We get a great little scene because Gromit is watching him the whole time, and he's in this cardboard box. He cuts out little eye holes, and Feathers looks over. He's like, "Okay," and he looks at the box. And when we finally show what box Gromit is in, he's just in a box that has a dog on the side of it. He cut out eye holes perfectly.
Yeah, it's a great
where the dog's eyes would have been.
Great visual gag as well. This again, as we were saying, these shorts have been always filled with great visual gags.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. Then Gromit, he goes back to the house and he sees that his doggy door has been replaced with a penguin-shaped door.
Yeah, and then he
And,
goes up in the room, which was another devastating bit for me as a small child.
His doggy bone wallpaper has been torn down. It's all replaced with little
Fish.
fishies. Oh, and then
Horrible.
Gromit, he sees the plans. He sees the City Museum diamond heist plans, and he's like, "My God!" And then he hears. Then we get shot.
It's
of the
another
penguin,
great
penguin door
suspense.
flapping. Yeah. So Gromit, he gets out of there and
It's
he
like the
hides
music
under
as well
Wallace.
goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah, like this
It's
little
great.
penguin is the most menacing thing on Earth.
It's the most threatening thing.
Yeah.
Well, also we see later why he's so menacing.
He puts on. Yeah, because we see the wanted poster. This chicken is wanted.
Yeah, and he puts the little like glove on,
Rubber
and then he
glove
does the
on.
thing where he slips it back, and yeah.
It's like
So-
he gets so much personality from like it. It's really great.
It's kind of weird, well, great in a way. Like I said that heist scene, whereas like everything is like so well done, the music and all that, like, with the music, and like it's almost like you want him to get that diamond, even though he's like the bad guy in the situation. It's like he keeps like feeling all sweating and shit. It's like for some reason, it's like you want him to get that diamond, but
And the
yeah,
best part about the diamond heist
I
is
think it's more because you're afraid for Wallace because he's in that situation. Like,
exactly, yeah.
well,
Yeah.
the best part about the diamond heist is this mastermind, this penguin, this Feathers McGraw. His master plan is to use a fucking claw machine hand to get the diamond, the most unreliable cheating piece of shit ever to grab the diamond.
Yeah,
and it
like
even has like
it just
the little
adds
like
to suspense of the
exhaust thing
situation.
on the side, the tube.
Like it misses, and then he thinks he gets it, and then it just builds up, and then he drops it, and the music which goes dun 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 dun. Then he quickly picks it up. It's just like this is like it's such a short little short. It does like this all perfectly.
It's so friggin' funny. Like, just the claw machine. So he trips the wire when he drops
when the thing falls.
Yeah, when the diamond falls again. So then he just sends Wallace. He gets Wallace on the window, and it flips inside out.
Yeah.
But Wallace is awake at this point, and he's doing his hand gestures and everything.
Gromit.
He grabs the diamond, and they head back to the flat. We're gonna call it a
probably
flat
my
because they live in.
By far my favorite sequence of the whole movie, and probably like out of like Aardman's entire history, I would even say.
It's also been memed. Yeah, it's also been memed pretty hard. So Gromit, he goes to stop.
First we get the great gag where he takes off the rubber glove, and Wallace is like, "It's you."
Well, he puts the diamond in the bag and he turns around and Gromit's there. He's got a rolling pin. He's gonna beat the hell out of Feathers.
Probably my favorite image
whips out a fucking gun. He's got a revolver, and then Gromit's like, "Oh shit!" He puts him in the same cabinet.
Yeah,
If
you get to put the blackface in, I'm gonna put in the gun.
Yeah, put that scene in because it's really funny. Oh, it's so good. Well, he locks them up. He thinks he's gonna get away with it, but our boys, they're too smart for that.
Oh, really? Gromit's too smart for that. Wallace is
true.
Sort of a klutz.
They escape, and then the little train that we see at the beginning of the short,
which we forgot to mention, but yeah, that's again setting this up. And
yeah, and then he just starts shooting at them.
Yeah, then they get onto this like miniature train, and I'm not sure. I'm guessing this was probably like the segment that took the most to do.
Oh, I would.
Oh, absolutely! You can tell,
forever, especially when
Jesus
Gromit
Christ
starts throwing down more tracks and how
Yes.
fast-paced that is. That's incredible for stop
It's
motion.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the music, the dun 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 dun.
Classic. That's classic.
It's a great segment. That's all we could probably can't like heap enough praise on it. like from a technical point and just from it's a really entertaining. It's not even that long. It's like probably 2 minutes.
The like chase scene.
Yeah, the chasing. It's such a it's technically it's a small part of it, but still,
Yeah.
it's the one that everyone thinks about.
It probably took months.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely for alone.
But yeah, they're doing their chase scene on the train, and it
dining
gets really
room.
wacky and everything. Yeah, and then like we said, Gromit, he starts putting down extra tracks to try and catch up.
Yeah,
with Feathers.
because Feathers takes out the pin in the train and there's a little wave as well. It's just great details overall.
Well, and then Gromit crashes, and then they trip Feathers, and they catch him in a little bottle. They get the diamond back. They give it to the police.
No, we gotta forget to mention when Wallace just shows up after that all that happens. He goes, "We did it, Gromit!"
Yeah, it's like you didn't do anything. Like, there's this really it's really funny, but it's also like really freaking depressing. So they put Feathers in jail, but it turns out it's the zoo, and it's a giant.
It's like you realize it's a zoo. It's so good.
Yeah, he's like he would have rather have preferred to go to regular prison. So now they've taken their reward money, and he's putting it back in his little piggy bank. Most guests are more trouble than they're worth. You see the trousers; they're in the trash can,
and they walk.
Yeah, they start walking away with the. I think the trash can is still on top of the. Trousers.
Yeah, it's still on top.
Yeah, this is good stuff. And that's where it ends. Like, it's fantastic.
Basically, it's very short.
Fantastic.
It packs some. It does what short should do. It packs so much entertainment in 130 minutes. It's very endearing. It's very funny, charming. This is what you want in a Wallace and Gromit
also nostalgic for all three of us growing up with it.
Of course, yeah.
But even then, because I think even when he first saw them, he loved them as well. So I'm just assume these shorts just sort of have like a timeless quality to them.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like the animation studio has really only had one blunder with Early Man.
Which is like it's like so weird how they even did that movie about soccer. I always forget about it anytime I think about those movies.
It's because they're British, mate. They love their footy.
Oh, they love football. Yeah, that's true. Did you catch a footy last night?
We have to go watch the footy game.
Come on, Gromit. We got to go catch the football on the telly.
We have to go watch Manchester United, mate.
I like this really Cockney Wallace.
I just want everything you just said. I want Bjork to dub that for us. Say everything he's saying. It's putting over what you were saying. I want that.
I'm from England. I'm a patriot. I sound like Alan Partridge. But yeah, Be Kind Rewind, The Wrong Trousers.
I think we all loved one segment.
Oh, I love Wrong Trousers. Yes, I could ask him about Be Kind Rewind.
Be Kind Rewind still very good, but
I love both of these.
Yeah, Simon loves everything. I'm mostly indifferent to things, and Ethan just hates everyone.
Yes, I'm the narcissist. Yeah, okay.
It's a scale of love to drowning depression.
Ethan's going to recommend us a Lars von Trier film, and then
yes, yeah.
Make it an Nymphomaniac, so I can just.
Only see the train scene. That's it. Dancer in the Dark is a very, very great train scene.
The only
but
place you can watch that movie is on porn sites right now. It's not on streaming.
And it's on Netflix. It's so weird. You have to get those emotes for a server with the blowjob off a porn site. Yeah.
All right, so I put the train scene up on the screen right now. Anyways, thanks for listening. This has been Simon versus the podcast. We probably won't see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Verbally wave goodbye to everybody.
Wave. What
the fuck, Gromit?